In the meantime, we'll wrap up today with a couple of movie thoughts. We've been watching some movies. So this says you caught up with the movie that I watched last week, Wallace and
Yes.
Gromit, or Revenge, Vengeance Most Foul. You have the
Yes,
wrong
I
name
put
here.
Murder Most Foul because that's the name of the Agatha Christie
Yes,
story.
Vengeance, Vengeance Most Foul. However, you did remember that it's foul like a chicken and not foul like foul.
Well, yes, it's foul like a penguin.
In this case, yes. What did you think of Wallace and Gromit?
I'm going to say the most British thing ever.
Oh yeah,
It's cheeky.
yes.
It is very cheeky. Uh, I don't know if I liked it because of humor, but there's definitely some charm in there because it is
Yeah.
Aardman. They do have some charm thrown in there. But oh my God, this script is the most like flat-faced, see it coming kids movie I've seen in a long time.
I don't know. I didn't think it was that predictable. I thought it was fun, and some of the
Oh, I'm
twists
sorry.
were.
You didn't see the robot gnomes turning evil?
I
You didn't
mean,
see the turnip being
yeah.
used again? You didn't see like the muteless fight between the protest between was it, Gromit and Mc Mc Chicken McLegs whatever.
Feathers McGraw. Thank you very much.
Yes, Feathers McGraw. No one talked in that entire fight.
Yeah, pretty good. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Predictable or not predictable. I had a lot of fun with this. It reminded me, like, it had just as much charm and humor as those original shorts and Curse of the Were-Rabbit did back in 2008. I thought it was a worthy successor to those films. I had a great time with it, a grand time, if you will. I think this is a big bounce back from the Chicken Run sequel from last year,
Oh
which
yes.
I thought was terrible.
Oh yeah.
So this was way better than that.
Yeah, this was a lot more fun to watch than that Chicken Run
Yes.
sequel.
Yes. And yeah, worked within the formula, I think, a lot better. Yeah, I had a good time with it. Disappointed that you did not have as much fun as I did.
I didn't have as much fun because it kept breaking its own rules.
Yes.
Rule number one with the robot gnome, it's voice activated.
Yeah.
How does Feathers McFowl communicate to the robot gnomes?
Through the computer. Like he piped in a bunch of data into them.
But how does he
He didn't have
control
to
the gnomes
talk to
then?
them. They're
He
not
can't.
only voice activated, they just are voice activated. That doesn't
They
mean
are. He says
exclusively.
they're voice activated
Yes,
from my
that
voice.
does not mean that it's exclusive. Like if you take a voice activated, like if you take Siri, for example, if you piped in, if this was such a thing, you piped in a bunch of data into Siri, you could tell Siri what to do without having to voice activate her.
Uh,
I don't know. I think
no.
you're overthinking this children's movie.
My other thing about it is that in the first opening scene where they get Wallace ready, you see Gromit go through the house, push a button buttons, push a bunch of levers to get him there. The next time you see that happen, when Gromit is sitting at the table already, all those buttons don't get pushed, yet Wallace appears fully ready. Buttons don't get pushed. You're breaking your own rules.
No, I think it just skips it because we already did that.
Yeah, but he's got all those traps and inventions have to be reset and pushed in the exact same order. Otherwise, what was the point of doing it in the first place?
Because the only reason is because they did that bit in the shorts and they needed to do it again. You're overthinking it.
They're breaking their own rules.
No, they just don't care that much. Also, it is stop motion animation. If in order to replicate all of that would require another like year of work.
I mean, you just do the 1980 shorthand. You just reuse old assets.
Well, you tell that to Nick Park because I don't know if he's gonna listen to you. Anyways, maybe Wallace and Gromit just isn't for you.
I don't think
But
so.
what may have been for you though is the other movie, which by the way, Christy and I plan on watching this soon. So we will talk. I will have maybe a take on this next week.
Okay, I'll be real brief about this. I do have a write-up thoughts as well that will go on the website. You can
Okay,
add to it if you'd like.
we'll see.
But a real pain.
Yes.
The only reason I decided to put this on is because one, it was on Hulu, and two, Kieran Culkin won the Golden Globe for Best Supporting Actor for it.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, it's here. I got some time. It's an hour and a half. It's really quick. Plus, it's Jesse Eisenberg writing, directing, and
Yeah.
acting in this. Like, okay,
Right.
let me see what he's got here. Oh boy, does everyone talk like Jesse Eisenberg in this movie?
I mean, yeah, he wrote it.
Well, yes, but when that occurs, then you have Jesse Eisenberg talking to Jesse Eisenberg, and they both sound like Jesse Eisenberg, just talking to himself in a script. Like, yes, I get that's like how he wrote it, but your characters then don't sound that distinct because they're all saying relatively the same thing in the same fast-paced voice that he has. But somehow the banter between Eisenberg and Culkin actually works in this film that way. And I kind of liked when they were like together and bantering the whole time because you do have this like kind of like one fish out of water. They're on this Poland tour guide through the city of Poland
The city.
with a bunch of other random people. Mark would love this movie, and they're just everyone like unknowingly or knowingly like is on this tour has a different type of pain in their life, whether it's like physical pain or mental pain or emotional pain that slowly comes out over the course of this movie, but of like why they're there, or like besides just like oh like this thought this would be a cool thing, but
Mm,
I kind of like harkens back to like what the title of the movie is, a real pain. It's like, what is a real pain? And that's what this Asper tries to answer in this film,
mhm.
because everyone has different types of pain. Everyone deals with pain differently. But then you also have like not just individual pain, but also this global theme of pain and suffering, especially when you go to Poland and you start talking about the Holocaust and you try
Right.
and compare something that tragic on that monumental scale to your own individual life of, well, maybe that pain's not that big of a pain. But I think that is where it loses me, is that it kind of diminishes individual pain when you put it up against like the global world. Because yeah, we can like sit here and we can like think about like all the suffering in the world, and it could be very daunting and very depressing, and people get very depressed and very anxiety from it. But does that mean that you should try and diminish it because, well, yeah, all that's happening, but it's not happening to you. It's not happening right now. Yeah, it happened in the past, but you're not really affected by it now, right? So it deals with this really weird uh theme of how do you deal with all of this pain and like hurt compared to not just yourself, but everyone else. Or
Mm,
should you even do that?
right.
And it kind of leaves you in this little bit of a, like ambiguous ending if you don't know like everything's going to be all right. But you kind of have the sense like it's okay if they're not all right. This wasn't supposed to be a solve everything. This is just to bring stuff that's like kept down and buried to the forefront. Like
Right.
you need to talk about this stuff. You need to talk about like what's paining you. And I think like there is some charm here. Your mileage definitely vary on this, but good thing is that it's 90 minutes. It's really short, gets in
Okay.
and gets out.
Yeah. Seems interesting. It seems like to bring up a lot of questions about the nature of pain, different levels of pain. It sounds interesting. And yeah, I heard that the dialogue and the banter between the two of them is the highlight.
Mhm.
And so yeah, I'm excited to check it out.